Hey everybody, so you've purchased an Elegoo Neptune 4 Max or an Elegoo Neptune 4 Plus, and you've seen these videos I've made and other people have made about tinkering with them and constantly maintaining them. And I just want to come out there and say, as much as it is frustrating having to maintain and tune and fix these printers constantly, when they do print, they print really nice. I have been able to get them almost as good as the original date of when I purchased them. The first couple months, I had probably the best prints I've ever had with these printers, and then it just slowly kind of deteriorated. But don't lose hope. If you have one and you don't know what to do, or you're really concerned because you just purchased one and you're like, oh crap, what do I do? They are actually fairly easy to fix and maintain. It's just time. It's what it is. For me, I have a print farm. I have a lot of orders, so I'm trying to keep up with the orders, and most of my time is spent slicing and pulling supports and boxing orders and measuring everything. And so I don't have a lot of time to tinker as much as I used to, but I still find the time to fix these printers. Yesterday I spent a good portion of my day fixing printers, and it wasn't just the Elegoos, it was all of my printers. So, don't let anybody fool you. Every printer breaks, every printer needs maintenance. Anybody that says otherwise is just full of shit or doesn't have enough years of experience with 3D printing. So this is what I dealt with. I got this bad boy up and running. This is the Hotend assembly for an Elegoo Neptune 4 Max, 4 Plus, and by looking at it, if you were to look at every aspect of this assembly, it's in good working order. As soon as I bolted it on, I had probably 3 different issues, which I didn't know about. So the first issue I had, because this was an older piece, and I have a few of these laying around now, where I just rebuild them sometimes, or just buy a new one and just bolt a new one on. My suggestion for anybody that has these printers, even if you have more than one or only one, buy a couple of extra spare parts. And when I say that, buy an extra one of these, buy some extra Hotend assemblies, some extra Bowden tubes. I usually replace these ones that come with it with a better one. But what I'm trying to get to is, this one had a jam in it. I had to take it apart. I had to fix the jam. Sometimes you just got to get an old Allen wrench that's maybe stripped out, heat it up with a torch, and then shove it through that freaking Hotend assembly. For me, it was this bad boy had some filament jammed in there, and it wouldn't come out. And so I just got my little an old Allen wrench, torched it, got it hot, poked it out, and it was clear. I bolted it back up, and the issue I ran into was the sensor wasn't working. The X-axis vibration detection wasn't working. So what I ended up doing is I pulled it all apart. I tried everything. I unplugged everything. I checked all my connections. I plugged it all back in. I did this 2 or 3 times just to verify that it was definitely this unit. And then what I did is I swapped it out for another one that I had that also was in pieces, unfortunately, just like this guy. And I bolted it back in, got it all hooked up, and now it's running again. So that X-axis error I was getting was, in fact, one of these issues. So it looks that it's fine, but I have a feeling at some point that I shorted it, or who knows what. So right now I'm running through calibrations, making sure everything's running good again. Sorry, that was my tool drawer vibrating with all the tools in it. So, don't lose hope, don't lose heart. You can get these working again, and they can work beautifully. There's not a lot of options that I've found so far that are, this large of a build volume. So I kind of just make do with what I've got, because unfortunately, Chitty and some of the other manufacturers that I do like printers wise, they haven't come out with a printer this big. So, I haven't invested in some of the other ones. There's a few, like I've got a couple back here that are the Soval SV08s, and they're tinker printers too. So don't assume that not all printers are tinker printers. They are. Almost all printers are tinker printers. Chitty is one of the only ones that I have had that has not been a tinker printer. but they do require maintenance. You have to clean all the fans out every once in a while. I mean, stuff gets in there no matter what you do. Stuff gets in the fans. I recommend cleaning, lubricating all the rods. If you have a printer with palm wheels, replace the palm wheels every couple months. It's just stuff like that that will make your life easier and less headaches. I know it's not probably what you want to hear, but that is really the reality of 3D printing. It is like owning a vehicle. You have to change the oil. You have to, rotate your tires. You have to change your brake pads. It's just like owning a vehicle. It's a maintenance type of thing. And, anybody that tells you that they don't have to do that with their printer is just full of shit. I'm sorry, but you haven't been 3D printing long enough to tell me that your printer doesn't never have issues. I don't drink the Kool-Aid like some other people because I know better. I've been doing this a long time. So, keep that in mind when you're 3D printing. It's just going to take some time to tune everything. And if you get mad, if it's frustrating you, walk away, come back to it another day. Every printer breaks. I have 14 different printers, and from 5 different manufacturers, and I've purchased every single one of them. So I don't owe any of them my allegiance or my alliance. I don't give two shits what they think about me and my opinion of them. They all break. So the most recent frustration I've had to deal with was Creality. I purchased the Creality K2 Plus when it first came out, and I've had pretty good luck with it, but I keep having extruder issues, hot end jams. So, I got to a point where I got frustrated. I've tried, you guys know me. I've been doing this for a while. I know how to, maintain my stuff. And I know Creality really sucks at customer service. They don't take care of their customers. Instead of contacting customer service, I try to fix it all myself, buy parts, replace it myself without dealing with them. And I got to a point where I was lost. I didn't know what to do. So I contacted the customer service, and they still have not responded. Now, this is how horrible this is. I, at the next day, had an issue with my Chitty X-Max 3 or one of the X-Max 3s, and I let them know the issue I had. And within probably 12 hours, I got an email back having explained how to fix it, offering to send me parts for it. I can't express how much I love companies like Elegoo for their customer service, Chitty for their customer service. Creality won't get another dime from me until they figure out their customer service. Do not send people auto responses. That is the most lazy, crappy business practice. I immediately got an auto response that they didn't read my message. They didn't do anything. Honestly, they didn't care at all about the customer. I'm a really nice guy when it comes to customer service. I know people that are frustrated with their printers, so I try to be as nice as possible to these customer service agents. And honestly, if you want the best service from people, be nice. Just calm down. Don't get mad. Don't yell at them. Just explain to them the issue, and they will, walk you through something to fix it, or ask you for some, a few hoops to jump through. Just jump through the freaking hoops and help them help you. Companies like Chitty, they'll ask you to do a couple things, check this, check that, make sure the wires are connected properly. And then when it's not, and you can say, hey, yeah, I tried all that. Here's the video. It doesn't work. It still doesn't work. They'll send you parts. They're a great company. Elegoo's been great with as well. You just gotta be nice. Creality? Sorry guys, your stuff is just, you guys. I don't know how you guys are still around. The customer service is so terrible. I mean, it's been days and they haven't even responded. And I contacted a second customer service person that I had dealt with previously just to see if I could get help. That's how bad their customer service is, that they haven't responded to anything. So they won't be getting another dime from me. I'm sorry. No matter what Creality comes out with, I'm not buying another printer from them. I don't usually rely on the customer service aspect, but that was absolutely terrible. I mean, just horrible. I don't know how people, I don't get it. So anyway, back to the nature of what I started making the video about. I'm sorry about my rant. Don't lose hope. keep trying. You know, I've had a few people on here ask me about the Anycubic Cobra 2 Max that I had. I've had frustrations with it. I gave up on it. It sat here in my garage just kind of collecting dust because I just got tired of trying to fix it. It's not a bad printer. It's just I don't have the time to tinker with it, and then their service, the customer service was pretty good. I mean, they sent me parts when I could figure out what I had issues with. I eventually sent it to a friend of mine. He said it took him 6 hours and he finally got it to work properly. So I mean, it is possible. So it is possible to get these things working, even if you think you can't. I thought I could and couldn't, and he figured it out. So just keep that in mind. It just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of practice. You know, I have another Elegoo Neptune 4 Max I need to fix. This it has a main board issue and a stepper motor issue, and then I have a Elegoo Neptune 4 Plus that has a main board issue as well. So again, when I say stock up on parts, I really mean stock up on parts. Buy a couple of extra pieces. You know, if customer service will give them to you, you know, to fix it, do that. But I also recommend stocking up on these parts, just because it's nice to be able to have them on hand and just swap them out. If you don't mind waiting a couple days or a week or two, you know, just wait for them to send you the parts, because they are really good about that. Elegoo, you know, again, has been amazing with their customer service. I bought the 4 Plus and actually the 4 Max used, and so they came damaged already. And when I told them that they were used, I was upfront about it. They're used, I'll buy the parts to fix them. They offered to send me the parts for free. So again, an amazing customer service. I didn't have to wait weeks to hear back from them. There is something to say about that. I know that these printers can be tinkery issues and can be kind of frustrating, but that customer service right there alone will make me buy another Elegoo. I was really hesitant. I've been really frustrated with Elegoo because of having to tinker with these all the time. But the reality is that customer service, you know, Creality made me realize how good I had it with Elegoo. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep plugging away with Elegoo. I haven't ordered any of their other printers as far as the Core XYs. I don't know if I want to order one of the Core XYs just yet. You know, the lessons I've learned, even though they're lower priced, most of these manufacturers are, if they come out with something brand new, I don't think I'm going to wait. I'm going to probably wait a few months or a year to buy it, for them to work out their kinks. You know, Chitty is one of the only companies I know, and I've seen a lot of people get frustrated with it, but Chitty they seem like they work through their issues. I know not always, you know, their 4 Plus, I think, is what it came out recently, and when it first came out, they had some issues with it. You know, so maybe I'm mistaken, but I feel like they work out through their issues before they send out their printers. But again, you know, they have issues like everyone else. You know, I have their Q1 Pro and I have their X-Max 3s. I did read somebody recently said their Q1 Pro internal heating elements for the chamber heating had issues. I haven't had to use my chamber heating. The one time I turned on my chamber heating, I thought it was because I had 5 printers on one circuit, or 6 printers, but I think it may have been the heating element. I did turn on the internal chamber heating element and it stripped the breaker, but I don't know. Maybe it is a short. Maybe there's an issue with that. I don't use it, so I don't really care. You know, past that, you know, most of the printers I've dealt with have been great. You know, as far as having to fix things, I've had to fix things on my Chitties, I've had to fix things on my Crealities, I've had to fix things on my Elegoos, my Anycubics, the Sovals. So, you know, just understand that's 3D printing. You know, you'll get some good prints off it. You'll get some frustrating prints off it. I am going to make some videos. I've been trying to help people on my Discord. I started a Patreon. Join my Patreon. Jump onto my Discord. You know, I've got videos on there as well on how to do things like, you know, measuring your armor to make it fit you. I don't have armor software to measure it to fit my body, so I just manually measure from point to point and times 3.14 for the circumference. So I basically I've got some videos on there how to do that. I've got some videos on there on how to fix your armor if it fails, if you've got to repair it. So, you know, all that kind of stuff I'm trying to throw on YouTube as well. I've also got a TikTok account as well, so you could always follow me on there, or Instagram, even Facebook. I'm even on Facebook. So I know I'm old man. So, you know, if you have questions, hit me up. I'm happy to help. I've seen a lot of, I get a lot of questions and a lot of people that aren't helpful, which is really sad to see. I didn't realize that helping other people is a lost art, you know, but I do try to take the time to help people, especially if you're on my Discord. If you're already on a Patreon, I always appreciate that, because that does help me financially. So anyway, I'm going to get back to getting this dialed in and start a new print, and hopefully get a couple more orders out this week. So thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate y'all watching. And again, all the comments have been nice. You know, if you feel like trolling me, go ahead. I don't claim to be an expert. I just do. I learn the hard way, and I try to help people not have to go through what I went through. So, you know, the people that get on here and call me an idiot or call me stupid, yeah, I am. I'm not the smartest guy not the smartest crown in the box. You know, yeah, I'm uneducated. I learn the hard way, and if I can do it, you can do it. So just keep that in mind. And if you feel like trolling people, just understand that only makes you look like an asshole. So that's the reality of it. But I'm here to tell you that you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. Don't give up. Don't lose heart, and just try. Just take it apart, figure out how it works, and put it back together. Good luck, everybody, and happy printing.